Guys, deluded goon on YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Arsenal 1, Red Star 0. We smash and grab it away from home and rob a victory, make it 3 wins from 3. So let's get into it. Going into the game, sorry guys, I'm thirsty, man. It was a boring game. Going into the game, pardon me, we knew what was to be expected. We knew there was going to be changes. Coquelin is happy. I mean, regardless of what you think of him, we need our players. We've got a lot of injuries. It's nice to have him back after his injury. Debussy starting out of nowhere, come out the wilderness. Who else? El Nene at centre half, Willock at centre mid. There weren't too many shockers other than that. Obviously, the big man Wilshere back into the side. Going into the game, like I said, we know what's to be expected. We know we're going into a partisan atmosphere. We're going into a side that shouldn't be taken lightly and all of them sort of things. So that being said, the game started off, I'd say the game started off a bit cagey, not in the sense that both teams were scared. I mean, it clearly Red Star set up to be rigid. They were very rigid. They were stopping the crosses. They were making a point of being tight to us and firm in the challenges. Giroud was on the receiving ends. They were trying to stop the crosses. You saw they were a threat on the counter-attack. How they never got, how that player, the captain, never got a yellow card in the first half, I'll never understand. For the handball in the 4th minute, it was a joke, to be honest with you. We didn't, throughout that whole first half, we didn't create as much. I felt we needed, our centre mids didn't get on the ball enough. Coquelin's not got the most not the most gifted of players on the ball. Willock was finding it hard and was getting overrun, and you saw incidences of him not being firm in the challenge, of little flicks, of being caught. I really think throughout the whole game he struggled throughout. So yeah, there was an incident in the 9th minute. Wilshere broke. He should have fed Theo, but he fed in Giroud, and then he looked at Giroud to say 1-2. Maybe that he don't trust Theo, I don't know, but Theo was the better pass. Theo was poor that whole game. Wilshere Nelson probably our best player in my opinion, other than Wilshere. He looked inspired throughout, man. In 12th minute, I saw one. He was just doing lovely little things, lovely little turns, just little flicks. When he gets the ball, you just think something's going to happen, and he's very mature for a 17-year-old, especially defensively, and he's not even a defender. You saw the little cross-field pass to Wilshere in the 12th minute. Little things like that. He was stopping crosses, just little things like that. Giroud, like I said, was on the receiving end of a lot of fouls. He wasn't much better than Theo Walcott throughout the whole game, to be honest with you. We dominated the first half, but we didn't do anything with the possession as per usual. It's the same old script if you watch Arsenal. Like I said, the same old script. We didn't do anything with the ball. Very much lifeless, very much stale, going back. I felt upset with the back four, especially Debussy. Debussy's decent on the ball. I felt he could have brought it forward a bit more, and when he did, it was just square passes, or if it wasn't, it was coming back onto us. 14th minute, Theo should have finished his dinner. This is why you don't start. I wish it was Nelson in that position. He would have put it home. Weak left-footed attempt. You either hit that with conviction first time, or you take a touch, stay composed and cool and calm and collected in front of goal. It weren't that. And a big thing about away games is silence in the crowds. And throughout the game, the longer we don't score, the more these guys are buzzing. You've seen the tours of the tunnel and things like this. These men are up for it. Arsenal is one of them games. The key thing is to silence the crowd. A big crowd like that, they're the 12th man. You silence them, we're bigger and better than Red Star. No disrespect to them. So if we silence the crowd and we get on top of them, players are going to start to go into shells. That never happened. So as the game's going on and it's 0-0 and it's 0-0 in the first half, you're thinking Red Star, I mean, they're not doing anything, but it's a better game for them. They're at home, there's 0-0, and there's still much to play for, and we've got a scalp on their head. Honestly, you're scared anytime Red Star counter-attack us, to be honest with you. I love holding, but there needs to be intelligence. I was very upset with the back three. There needs to be intelligence. You know their forward is making runs, is peeling onto your shoulder, and he's trying to play the offside. So you either drop deeper or you push higher up the field, so it's obvious. You don't wait in line and then put your hand up, because these refs are that ref was dodgy, and this is an away game. You can't rely on these refs and things, man. UEFA officials have shown their incompetence. El Nene was just doing nonsense throughout the whole game. Centre half is in his position, but just couple blind passes and weak clearances and just things of that nature. There was an incident, I believe, in the 20th minute, no, 25th to 30th minute. It was a 5-minute passage where they were on top of us. Czech was having to make a couple bad boy saves. Czech saved us throughout the whole game, to be honest with you. Like I said, 20 minutes, we were under there was an incidents where we were under the caution, things like that, man. Whoever them strikers were, Boyake, I can't say his name, and the other guy, they were just losing their runners. They kept losing their runners. It was very, I was quite annoyed in that regard, man. 23rd minute, you saw Nelson have to make a last ditch challenge to prevent a counter attack. So you saw it, man. Czech had to pull off a bad boy save in the 30th minute as well. You saw that with his feet, like you saw that almost like Loris against Real Madrid. Obviously, there's levels in the game, But yeah, you go into half-time, you're nervous. You're thinking, this is actually what I'm thinking at half-time. I'm nervous anytime the opposition's thinking coming forward. These are the games we need to put to bed and score early on and just kill it, because we've got Sunday, we've got Everton. I'm a bit worried because if we go behind, there's not really anyone on that bench. I really think you could have given Lacazette a couple minutes today. Giroud's having a stinker, Field's having a stinker. Nelson and Wilshere are our brightest prospects in this game, and they're the only ones looking like they're going to have something. I got a lot of time for Joe Willock, but I'm thinking he needs to get clipped, and whether is put, which I don't understand why he didn't play further forward in the first place, whether it's put Jack Wilshere in his role and then put Reece Nelson in the cam role purely just for this, and move Maitland-Niles across and bring on Jay De Silva, or you do something else. There's several other options with that in that regard. You could have brought on Shave. You could have done several things, man, because I even think Shave could have even though he's come back from injury, could have even started him at this rate at centre-half in hindsight. That's a glorious thing. Like I said, man, we're having joy down the flanks with Nelson and Maitland-Niles to a degree. He's having a so-so game down the left. But he's provided, later on in the game, around the 40th minute, 35th, 40th minute, he decided that he started to realise that I need to get in behind and help counter and offer an outlet and offer some width. And when he was doing that, they couldn't stay with him and we were stretching them. We were 2 in front of them. We had like 58% possession at half-time, one shot on target or some stuff like that, 2 shots throughout the whole game on target. So it's just very much what we know as an Arsenal fan, just bet hella possession and nothing, and not doing nothing to it. Like Theo is a lot of chances. Theo just taking too many chances on goal, too many touches, and things like that. Our most creative player, or the player that's looking like our most creative outlet, is playing that fullback. So yeah, second half starts immediately. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Immediately, Czechs having to deny a couple saves. Obviously, as the game goes on, because I don't really think Red Star are playing with a focal point, we're allowed to get on top of them. And although they countered and had a lot of chances, and Czech saved them, well, when I say counter, they weren't really chances, and Czech was equal to it, and then we started to waste time. Eventually, we caught life. Eventually, as the game went on, obviously they got someone sent off. I don't really think it would deserve the yellow. It did look unintentional, but Coughlin has got a little cocoa under his eye. So eventually we smash and grab, man. I think it's the 85th minute or something like that, man. Something like that. Lovely move with Wilshere. I mean, we need Wilshere to be doing that in the Premier League, man. Him and Reece Nelson need to be on the bench against Everton, or if not, start. Yeah, lovely move. He starts it. Credit to Theo. He keeps it going. Eventually, Giroud pokes it home, and it's 1-0, and if we're honest, we don't deserve it, but we smash and grab. Between us and Manchester United, I don't know who is trying to have. We're trying to have a contest to see who can play the most boring football, to be honest with you. Because that today was appalling, man. That's probably I want to say it was the worst game, but it's like every other week. It's just lifeless. There's no inspiration. Games like this where we really need to. I'm a big fan of killing teams early. If you have only just started watching me, games like this, silence the 12th man, the crowd. Play direct football. We're playing. It's too in front, too patient, too lifeless. Now, before I started this video, I did see the 5 minutes of the Everton game. They went behind, so who knows in that game. But if we play like how we did today, to a degree, we will not win. We did just about enough to win. Nah, let me not lie, man. We got lucky. We We smash and grab thing. We got lucky. We didn't really deserve to win. We didn't create enough. We were just too in front. And again, whether it's Watford, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's this side, what are we doing in regards to our play? But to be honest, 1-0, there's not much more we can do. They rubbed us out already, making us watch 6 p.m. kickoffs. The camera angle was very poor on BT, to be honest, at the start. But yeah, we done our job. 3 wins from 3. Everton on Sunday. And yeah, man, that's all we can do is take every game as it comes and try and put back the Watford result and pattern up, really. That's all we can do. Easier said than done, especially if you're an Arsenal fan and support Arsenal. So yeah, guys, the Ludaguna signing out. Thank you very much for watching. Arsenal 1, Red Star 0 in the Europa League. Out.